Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Overnight, the Australian dollar displayed another firmer price action as the market pushes through the level of 68.65 and posts a fresh intraday high this morning at 68.95. In light of the pattern, I am still supportive that this market will climb further towards 69.35 to 69.75 and reassess from there. Backing this view is the fact that the MACD has married up to a positive signal with the RSI and therefore should support further gains. With any pullback, expecting to find support around 68.35. The euro took a stab at the downtrend, as we can see here overnight. The market posted a fresh high of 101.96. And as we can see here, we just bring this in, that this trend is still relatively firm as the market still hasn't quite broken it yet, but nevertheless is still threatening to break higher. The dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, plummeted overnight to 107.77, a fresh intraday low, before rebounding and paring back some of those losses and settled at 108.22. As I mentioned, I am still relatively bullish that the fact is that the euro could push higher and ahead of today's US CPI number or inflationary number, with reports that we may see a slightly lower number as the US is slowly cooling off from its recent peak. Annually, consumer inflation in the US rose by 9.1 in June, the largest 12-month increase since November back in 1981. In the following month, consumer inflation gained slightly and eased to an annual gain of 8.5% in July, but still hovering around that 40-year high. As I mentioned, keep an eye on that top side, and the fact is if we do see a break of that trend, which comes in roughly around 101.60.80, then we could see further gains and potentially look to a target up around this area of 103.60. The dollar yen still a little bit on the mixed side as the market still weighs relatively heavy with the RSI nearly breaking through the midway point. I'm still believing the fact that the technicals will break down further and therefore could see further risk of market falling and looking towards a 139.5 as a potential target, with the immediate support coming in at 142.50 to 141.50. Sterling still gains as the market slowly climbs higher, and the fact from the break of 115.70.75 has put the upside trajectory to a potential climb of 117 to 118 as an initial target. It is viewed from there that we could see some profit taking come back into play, so therefore do be on your guard. Gold has climbed higher and finally closes above that level of 1,719, which has put further upside trajectory to the climb of 1,727 to 39 and then to 1,748 to 49 where I've outlined here. Any pullback should find support around 1,715. Finishing up with oil, but the market broke through that level, which was around 85.70.95, and now rallying further towards the next target, which is around 88.40.50, which is where we are now, or just close to it. So we just bring this up a little bit. This is a point that I view that the market may actually take a rejection from here because the MACD still isn't supporting renewed gains to sustain, and therefore could see that pull back and anywhere to the bottom side of the range around 81 to around $78. Well, that being said though, a New York close above 88.50 could put a further upside trek into the bull's path and look towards the region of 92. So it's a little bit of a hit and miss here, but nevertheless, until we get the technicals to support this rise, then I feel that we may see a potential pullback. Well, that wraps it for the morning. Thank you very much for joining me. And as always, look out for the intraday report and hope you enjoy the great start to the day.